All right, team, listen up. We're diving straight into hostile territory. The biliary tree, that critical drainage system in the body. Well, right now, it's under autoimmune siege. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to master these infiltrations, nail down the logic, and absolutely crush those exams.
Okay, first up, biliary blitz mission briefing. We're going in fast. Your first logic gate, and this is non-negotiable, is what I call the demographic shunt. You've got to know who gets what. This is your first line of defense, people. Get this wrong, and your whole diagnostic plan just falls apart. It's that simple.
So let's break it down. First target, PBC, primary biliary cholangitis. Your classic patient profile, a middle-aged woman with this maddening itch. And her calling card, the AMA, or anti-mitochondrial antibody. Got it? Good. Next up, PSC, primary sclerosing cholangitis. Now you're looking for a young guy, probably with a history of ulcerative colitis, and on his scan you'll see this classic beading pattern. And finally, you've got autoimmune hepatitis. This one's different. It's like the liver's own self-destruct sequence, with the immune system just hammering the liver cells directly. You're going to spot this with ANA, or anti-smooth muscle antibodies. You need to get these pairings locked down before your patient turns bright yellow. Let's move.
Okay, hold on. Before we go any deeper into these immune system firefights, we have to go through the mandatory disclaimer. Look, this is all for your educational and exam prep. This is absolutely not medical advice. For any real-world clinical decisions, you have to consult the official guidelines and talk to a specialist, a hepatologist, okay? Let's be clear on that. All right, our first deep dive, PBC. And this one comes with a classic trap designed to trip you up on your exams. Your job is to see it coming, sidestep it, and apply the right logic.
So picture this. A 40-year-old woman walks in. She's exhausted, and she's got this intense itch. I mean, it's so bad it's keeping her up all night. That's the bile acids building up in her skin. You look at her labs, and her alk phos is through the roof, like 4 times the normal limit. But here's the kicker. Her ultrasound is completely normal. No gallstones, no dilated bile ducts. So the intern on the team says, let's order an ERCP, maybe there's a hidden stone. What do you think? Is that the right move?
No, absolutely not. And this is a huge, high-yield point. A normal ultrasound means the big pipes, the extrahepatic ducts outside the liver, are clear. So where's the problem? It's got to be intrahepatic, deep inside the liver where all the tiny little bile ductules are getting attacked. Ordering an invasive procedure like an ERCP here is all risk and no reward. You're not going to find anything, and you could cause a complication. This clinical picture just screams primary biliary cholangitis.
So, for your exams, here's the correct pathway. You have to nail this. Step 1, high alk phos plus that crazy itch. Step 2, a totally normal ultrasound. When you see those two together, what's step 3? You check for the anti-mitochondrial antibody, the AMA. If that comes back positive, bingo, you've got your diagnosis. And you need to know, long-term, this destruction leads to cirrhosis, and eventually the only fix is a liver transplant. Now that ERCP, you save that for PSC. Because in PSC, it's the big, extrahepatic pipes that are all scarred up and beaded. Totally different problem.
Okay, let's switch gears. Our next target is PSC, primary sclerosing cholangitis. This one has a totally different vibe and a really dangerous hidden threat that you absolutely cannot afford to miss.
And that brings us right to what I call the PSC master trap. See, with PBC, the trap was ordering the wrong procedure. Here, it's way worse. The trap is missing a deadly association. This is so high yield because the first symptoms can be super subtle, making it easy to overlook.
All right, check this out. Your patient is a 30-year-old guy with a known history of ulcerative colitis, and he starts turning yellow. What do? The first thing is to stop thinking about his colon. The autoimmune attack has opened a new front in his bile ducts. Now, you might see a positive P-ANCA, but the real gold clue, the thing that clinches the diagnosis on your boards, is the imaging. You get an MRCP, and what do you see? That textbook beads on a string appearance. That's pathognomic. You see alternating strictures and dilations. That's your answer right there.
And this right here is the lethal twist with PSC. These patients have a huge, and I'm not exaggerating, a massive risk of developing cholangiocarcinoma. That's cancer of the bile ducts. Yeah, sure, like PBC, it can lead to cirrhosis and a need for a transplant. But this cancer risk is the unique, terrifying feature of PSC. That's why you have to screen them relentlessly, because if you don't, they're at risk of dying from a silent, very aggressive cancer.
Okay, time to burn this into your brain. We're going to run a rapid-fire drill to lock in this logic. No hesitation. Ready? First one, middle-aged female, crazy itch, positive AMA. What is it? Go! PBC, primary biliary cholangitis. That's the classic triad: demographic, symptom, antibody. Perfect match, locked in.
Next, young guy, history of ulcerative colitis. You see beating on his MRCP. What's the call?
PSC, primary sclerosing cholangitis. Young male, you see that beaded imaging. You got it? Perfect. Okay, the third enemy, autoimmune hepatitis, type 1. What are the key markers? Give them to me. ANA and asthma, anti-smooth muscle antibody. Nailed it. These show you it's a direct assault on the liver cells themselves, the hepatocytes. Remember this key difference. PBC and PSC attack the pipes, the cholangiocytes. Autoimmune hepatitis attacks the liver's engine room. Big difference.
All right, what's the go-to first-line treatment for PBC?
Ursodeoxycholic acid. You just have to know it. It's basically a friendly bile acid that helps get things flowing and protects the bile duct cells from all the toxic stuff building up. It's the absolute standard of care.
And there you have it, the whole matrix laid out for you. The classic patient, the antibody, the key finding for all three. Seriously, pause right here and just stare at this. Burn it into your memory. You need to know this stuff cold. Logic sealed.
Mission accomplished. The biliary tree has been mapped. You now have the logic to tell these diseases apart and, just as important, to avoid the classic traps. But the war for the GI system is far from over.
Because let me tell you, when the system's backup generator, the pancreas, either explodes in a firestorm of enzymes or starts hiding a silent deadly tumor, well, the stakes go through the roof. The biliary tree is mapped. But are you ready for the pancreas? Are you ready for a whole new level of complexity? Your next mission briefing is coming.